now that he was born, I began to see the importance of the role that God had given to me as his guardian. Of course, my first responsibility was to find some proper accommodation. We decided to stay in Bethlehem for a while, and it was there on the 8th day that I had the immense privilege of naming him. There was no discussion about this. The angel had already made it clear in that original dream. He had said, you are to give him the name Jesus, because he will save his people from their sins. And so I named him Jesus. Of course, I really had very little idea at that point as to what all this meant. He will save his people from their sins, though I see the glory of it now. But even then, it seemed to be a name full of hope and of meaning. And there was absolutely no doubt about why he had come into the world. He had come to save his people from their sins, whatever that meant and whatever that would involve. A month later, it was time for us to take him to the temple in Jerusalem. More traveling for his mother and me, though this time it was just 6 miles into the city from Bethlehem to Jerusalem. Moses had given us a law that we should offer a sacrifice of 2 pigeons, and that this was to be done just over a month after the birth of a child. So that's what we did. We were just about through with the ceremony when an old man came rushing up to us. Never seen him before, never seen him since. But the old man asked if he could hold the child, and Mary gave the child to him. And as he held the child, words began to flow from him. My eyes have seen your salvation, he said, which you have prepared in the sight of all peoples, a light to the Gentiles and a glory to your people Israel. I looked at Mary, she looked at me. Who is this old fellow? We marveled at what he was saying. The same God who had spoken to Mary through the angel and to me through an angel in the dream, and had revealed himself through angels to the shepherds, and had put it into the heart of an unbelieving dictator to call a census. The same God had answered the prayer of an old man who had evidently been praying for years that he would live to see the birth of the Savior.
You're listening to Unlocking the Bible with Pastor Colin Smith, and we've been hearing the story of the first Christmas from Joseph's perspective. We'll hear more from him next time. We're in a special series called Christmas Stories, as we hear first-person narratives from different characters in the Bible surrounding the birth of Christ. Sometimes we get used to the stories at Christmas time to the point that they lose their wonder. But in this series by Pastor Colin, we get a fresh perspective from a different eyewitness. We hear from Joseph, Adam, King David, the angel Gabriel, and even Abraham. Learn more about Christmas stories at unlockingthebible.org.uk.
I didn't come to tell you a sentimental story. I came to tell you that God stepped into human history through Jesus Christ. And that in doing that, he's reaching out to you.
Christmas is more than just a sentimental story. Find out more about what it means for you when you join us next time. This program is a listener-supported production of Unlocking